hello there, and welcome to Catherine's Garden at Home, where we grow together. Well, I don't know what to tell you, but my technology wants to act out. I've tried to change the the from vertical to horizontal, but it's not working. So here I am anyway. And I just want to say hello to everybody. I hope that you can see me well. And we are here in the New England area. My name is Catherine, and I am so happy to be with you here today, here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. And it is going to be an exciting time with you here. So come and join me here in the chat. We're going to discuss collard green seeds. Yes, collard green seeds, storing and actually harvesting and storing collard green seeds. And the reason why is because I had 5 collard green plants last year that I had grown in the garden. And they did so well. They last through the winter, and we ate from them. It was so delicious. It was really good. And so in the spring they flowered, and I decided to save the seeds because those plants did so well. My husband would go out in the middle of winter to collect some collard green leaves to add to our cooking. That's how good it was. And the leaves were sweet even during the winter season. So he was excited about that. I got some fresh seedlings that I put in the ground, but then these that were there that flowered, I allowed them to turn to seed. So this is what they look like here. I gathered the seeds, and the pods are still drying. So I did that with another batch that I had before and allowed the seed pods to dry. And then I sorted them out here. This is the chaff. So then I was trying to find the seeds, and I was able to then shake it out. Actually, I got a paper bag. Yeah, this is what I did. I have the paper bag here, and I have some seeds here that I am drying out. And when the seeds get dry, when this chaff becomes dry, then what you're able to do is to take the seeds, put it in a paper bag, and then just shake out the seeds in the bag. And then from there, you get all of the chaff and so forth. So then I use the sifter to sift out the chaff from the seeds. And I then land up with the seeds in the container. And then I was able then to save the seeds in these nice little envelopes that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I put the date down. And in here, there are so many seeds. It is so amazing. And I did the first batch. This is the first batch. This is the second batch that I've done. And here in the Boston area, it is very hot. 91 degrees. It's hot for us. I know other people, they're experiencing 100-degree temperatures, but here we're not used to that heat. So I just let the seeds in the bag just sit in the bags. I just gathered these seeds this morning in this bag, and so I'm letting them sit here in the sun and dry out. What has been happening is that there's a lot of moisture in the air at night. So what I've done is put it into my little plastic greenhouse so that it won't get that moisture. It could stay dry and allow the seeds to dry out. And I'm keeping the seeds. Hey, Rambo, how are you? Rambo Green Hands. Hey, Miss Catherine, thank you for coming and joining me. Yes, And so these seeds now um, are from my plants, these plants that have survived the winter, that love it in my garden, that I know are healthy and that will do well in my garden. And I got this idea actually from last year when I had kale. And the kale seeds did so well. I've been growing kale all over my garden from the seeds that I saved from last year. And I actually just sowed a new batch of kale seeds in my other part of the garden. And they are sprouting. So I know that the seeds will sprout, that they're good. And the more mature or developed that the seeds become, and that next batch of seeds, the pods are even more thicker and more larger than these pods. So I know that the seeds are mature and that they're going to grow. Rambo says, "Hey, Miss Catherine, blessings all in the chat. Great idea, Miss Catherine. I wish the UK has that heat. We are getting lots of rain." Oh, well, we have been very fortunate right here in New England. New England is, you're over there in the UK and England and that part. And you know that we're part of that. We're the New England. And here um, we've gotten a lot of rain. We've been getting our rain. We got our rain in May. But now with the heat coming on, it is not as, um, it hasn't been bad actually. I've just started to really start to use the water hose, and I didn't use the last couple of hot days because I really helped the garden by mulching well, by using the cardboard method and mulching well and planting the plants in the cardboard, in the compost. So I've been composting, mulching, doing the cardboard method, and all of that has really kept the moisture in the ground so that I don't really have to water as much. Things are still thriving from the rains that we've had before. And we've been favored with rain every 3 days or so. So those things that are in pots, that's what I have to go out and hand water. And so that's what I've been doing. Yes, hello, Sonia. How are you? How are you? Sorry about the orientation here. I didn't know. My phone decided that it wanted to be vertical versus horizontal, and I don't know what to do next. So I said, well, I'm vertical today. So that's why you're seeing me this way versus the horizontal way, which I really prefer, excuse me, to do my lives. Um, it is hot, so I have my water, and I am still getting over this bad cold that has been coming on. I don't know, there was a bad cold, um, cold and flu happening around the area, and it was just lingering and lingering and lingering. But you know, I went and I got some medicine and so forth, but it's taking a while still. So excuse me if I cough every now and then and drink some water. But I had to come and show you what I'm doing. I'm so glad you're here with me, Sonia and Rambo. I'm glad that you all are doing fine. I'm glad that things are well with you. And things are doing well here, too, for us here in the New England area, in my little garden here in New England. Um, and I am feeling good because I've been getting a lot of rest, which is very much necessary when one's trying to recuperate. But you know what I've done? I've enjoyed going in the garden. And like this morning, I went in the garden and I perspired, okay? I said, this must be really good for my skin and my body and everything, to get out all the old stuff, to get to have the sweat, um, a sweat equity. That's what I'm calling it. And I feel good. I feel really good. in that way. Good morning, Bev. How are you? Good morning, Gardens are me. Good evening, morning. I'm saying morning. Good evening. Good evening, Miss Catherine and gardening friends. Good evening. Good evening to all of you. And it is really good to have you here with me because I've been thinking about a lot of things. I've been thinking about my journal. I hope that if you have a journal that you're taking notes and thinking about what you want to do in your garden because we are in a new season. This is the summer season and things are going to start to develop really fast. Your harvest is going to start to come in. By the way, I harvested my first zucchini. Yes, it's not a bam bam. It's not as big as, my zucchinis get because I decided this year that I'm going to harvest the zucchini early. And I only did two plants. But yes, I harvested my first zucchini and I've been eating it. I ate some raw yesterday in a salad. Today I made like a stir fry and I added the zucchini chunks in it. And I also harvested my string beans. And so later on I will show you in the community page, I will put some pictures of my strawberries. So yesterday I harvested a handful of the string beans, and today I harvested another handful. And my husband loves string beans, but he had bought some string beans from Costco, and I tell you, the difference, oh my goodness, between my string beans that I grew and the Costco string beans. There is no comparison. I could eat my string beans raw, and they were delicious. If just wait 1 second, let me see if I can turn it around so you can see my string bean container. Okay, so you see that there? Can you see that? That's the string beans. So right here, you can see the string beans developing, and this is the first round of string beans. And I also have another container of the string beans that I planted. So when this batch is finished with the string beans, I'll have another one. And hopefully, what I'm thinking of doing as far as seed saving is concerned is to allow some of the string beans here to develop and to turn into seeds so that I can replant them. Because last year I had string beans and I let them go to seed. And so I decided to save those string bean seeds, the bush bean seeds, and I mixed them with some of my Dollar Tree bush bean seeds. And so between the two, so then I'll probably be able to have a third sowing of string beans. And it is so good, especially raw. It's sweet. It's delicious. And so that with my zucchini that I had harvested yesterday and the string beans, I've just been enjoying it. And also, the other harvest that I had was two cherry tomatoes were ripened. And I said, I am going to eat these two cherry tomatoes. So I'm excited because that means that the tomato harvest is coming and that they're developing. And so I could see the tomatoes and they are looking so good. So Sonia says, your string beans are looking great. Thank you, Sonia. And Gardens on Me says, yes, my string beans are now showing too. I saved some last year and sowed them this year, and they are doing well. Yay! Excuse me. So that's one of the good things, and that's one of the ways that we can propagate things and plants in our garden by saving the seeds and then using them and planting them in. And one of the things that are goals that I had written down in my journal was that I wanted to propagate um, different plants in the garden. And one of the ways that we can propagate things is through seed saving and seed planting your own seeds. And definitely for the vegetables, it's a wonderful, wonderful. Monica! Yay! Monica's in the house. Hi, Catherine. Hi, there's Sonia. Hi, Rambo, Green Hands. Hi, Gardens Are Me. Yay, my people are coming in. Hey, Deborah. Hello, Deborah Theodore. How are you? Deborah, I've got to give credit to Deborah because last year I had the kale and I said, should I save these seeds? Because they had turned to flowers. The kale had flowered and it was starting to get messy in the garden. And I said, should I save the kale seeds? And Deborah said, yes, save the kale seeds. And I listened to her and I saved the kale seeds. And this year, Deborah, I have kale all over the garden. I have kale in the front. I have kale in the side kitchen garden area. And then I just planted or sowed in a new area. Well, it's not new, but the lower garden area, I just planted and sowed a whole lot of kale, curly kale, from the seeds that I had gathered. And so, for those of you who just came on, I was showing that I've been saving the collard green seeds. Last year, I planted collard greens, and those collard greens were beautiful, just grew so thick and lush. I think they're called the Georgia collard greens, but they're the tall ones, really nice. And they lasted through the winter that we were eating collard green leaves during the winter. My husband would love to, what he would do is gather the leaves, especially during the winter. In the winter, he'd go out and get some collard green leaves, and he would layer the pan with the leaves and put the fish, because we like to do fish, bake fish. He'd bake the fish in the leaves and then put onions on top of them and different other vegetables and then pop it in the oven. And the taste of the leaves is just so beautiful and sweet. It's just a beautiful thing. And yeah, they were the plants are beautiful. Yes. So if you are watching any of my videos for the last couple of weeks, or you know, that I've done, you will see them because I've been showcasing. I think the last video that I did, I showcased the vegetables growing in the garden. And yes, it is delicious. There's something about eating the natural vegetables like that, um, and tasting them. It's not watery. It's rich. It's sweet. It's delicious. The kale is strong, but it has such a nice taste. So now for me to eat lettuce or to eat any other kind of kale, it's just not the same thing. You don't get the same flavor as your homegrown vegetables. Right, Rambo? Rambo was there listening, and I know that he is very much into his homegrown veggies. Yes, like the rest of you. Yes, so you, Deborah, I salute you in encouraging me into saving seeds. So, with the collard greens now, those collard greens have now developed the pods, from flowers to pods. So, they're right now at this stage, and they were starting to fall over. So what I'm doing is I'm allowing them to dry out, and then what I'm doing is putting it into a paper bag and pulling out off the pods. Then from there, I sift the seeds, and then I'm collecting the seeds here, and then putting the seeds in these nice little envelopes that I've gotten from the Dollar Tree, and labeling it. So it has been um, a really great process. I've been enjoying it. My husband is so excited about the collard green seeds because he just says that's what we need to grow. We need to grow food that can take us through the winter, that I can just run out and get some of that food, and we could taste the summer even through the winter time. Of course, so the two things that we had were, guess what were the two things that we had? We had collard greens, and what was the other thing that I grew in abundance last year? All my people. Do you remember what I grew last year that we had in such abundance? Come on, put it up in the chat. Put it up in the chat if you remember. It begins with a P. What did I have a lot of? And then I had a lot of seeds from. No one? Pom, pom. Squash, yes, squash and pumpkin. Pumpkins, yes, pumpkins. And you know what? The pumpkins lasted all the way into April that um, I was able to gather seeds from there, and I planted some pumpkin seeds there. But this year, I decided not to go so crazy with the pumpkins. I think that we had so many pumpkins that it was just overwhelming. So I've been a little bit more strategic in growing pumpkins this year. I bet you. No, you know one thing though, that I put some pumpkin plants in the ground. So I have my porcelain pumpkin and the sweet pumpkin. Those are the two, and also the patty pan squash. Those are, I think, the three pumpkins or squash-like that I planted. Rambo says, I still have one left from last year. You do? Yeah. That's one thing that lasts, the pumpkins and so forth. And for those of you who just came on, I also harvested my first zucchini. That's right. It's not a bam bam. It was like 12 inches. Yes. It's about a foot long. Not 2 feet, but 1 foot. I said, I have to catch it. And I just happened to catch it before it got any larger. But that is what I've been eating. So I had fresh string beans that I have harvested and have been eating. My zucchini, the kale, and so far two cherry tomatoes that I have. Um, Deborah says the porcelain pumpkin plants are growing in my garden. That's great. That's great, Deborah. Yes. So how have you all been? Have you been harvesting and gathering things as well? Let me know. It seems like everyone is gaining something. Rambo, how your onions? I don't know if you saw in my this year planted two zucchini, the long ones, and they turned out to be the round one. Seed mixed up here. Oh, sorry to hear that. Yes. But I did plant onions and garlic. Rambo, when I watched your video on garlic, you inspired me to try and grow some garlic, but I used the store-bought organic garlic, and yes, they grew. It's just that I myself did not do well in keeping them separate from other plant stuff. And I allowed other things to grow with the garlic, which was a no-no. So when I went to harvest the garlic, it was very difficult for me to harvest, but I did get some. But I thank you for sharing now I feel more confident for next year that I'll be able to grow garlic well. And my onions, you all saw when I grew those onions, right? The onions were great. I've been cutting up the onions, and they're not really big yet, but I've been eating the onions and the scallions, the greens, the leaves of the onions, and adding them in salads as well. And it has just been so refreshing. Deborah says cucumber, tomatoes, and eggplant. You're right, Deborah. Um, my cucumbers this year are doing really well. I actually already started to harvest cucumbers, the tomatoes, and the eggplants. I mean, I did a garden overhaul, and have been very intentional in trying not to overload the garden, plant things too close, and it is paying off because my eggplants plants are growing so big and beautiful. My corn, they're all still close because I love to plant close. But the corn is starting to grow really tall. The peppers, I think I've figured it out, and I've been very intentional. So I hope that you all are taking notes in your journals and using it to jot down what you can do to make your gardening more effective, and that you'll be able to grow really well. And I'm telling you, I think that this has been my best year for me, and my understanding of how to grow vegetables. I feel more confident um, this year, and I'm getting results, and I'm very happy about that. Hardneck garlic will do great for the climate you have. Okay, thank you, Rambo. Woo, Deborah. Your garden, Catherine, gets beautiful every season. Thank you, Monica. Rambo says, my cucumbers are slow because of the wet weather we are having here. Yeah, that could be a problem, the wet weather. But then, you know, one thing I realized that every year is different. And, excuse me, realizing that every year is different, you have to embrace what you have. Sometimes I think, how come I'm not getting as many peppers this year as I got last year, or so much of the other. But it just seems like different things happens. It's just, you just got to embrace what it is that God is allowing to come, and enjoy it, and think creatively of how are you going to preserve it and have it for the next years. But I'm excited about, as I said, the seed saving. And I hope that this will encourage you to think about at least allowing some of your plants to go to seed if you have like kale or collard greens, things like that, and save the seeds and then plant them out. I also had carrots from last year, and I had saved some of the carrot seeds, and where I had planted them, they looked like they were coming up, but I think it was too early. I don't know what, but it started to grow, and then they fizzled out, the carrot seeds. So that's another plant that you can save seeds from and grow. I've never been really good at growing carrots, but um, that's my next challenge, I believe. So how are you all doing? Monica, what are you growing? What are you eating? What's going on with you? Rambo says this year is a fight, but other vegetables are doing better this year than last year because I have some beautiful parsnips and onions plus carrots. Oh, you have carrots. Oh, okay. I'm going to be watching your carrot videos. Make sure you do a video on carrots so that I can learn from you, Rambo. Hey, Antonio, how are you? Yes, Antonio's getting hooked. He's going to become a gardener. See, Rambo's here with me, all the way from the UK. Yes. Monica, I was out in the garden pruning and watering. By the time I went in, I looked like I had been swimming. So today I stayed in and I need a break. Too hot. Yes, I noticed that I had to go. I've been going out early in the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I've been gardening. And as you know, I do a program in the morning with my Lady Wisdom Speaks at 8 o'clock, at 8:30. So I've been late every single time. Antonio would tell you that I've been late coming on because I've been out in the garden. And I'm telling you, I get so sweaty. But you know what? As I said, I have been fighting a cold, but I think that it's been good. I've heard that it's good to garden in the heat and allow your body to sweat and because it opens up your pores and it gets all of that stuff out of you. But of course, you have to make sure that you are hydrated, that you're drinking water so that you don't dehydrate. Hey, Francesca. All right, you guys, don't forget to hit the like button if you like what we're talking about. Hit the like button so that more people can come on. So good to have you all here. Yeah, and so I find that it's been the sweating is good for my pores opening up and cleaning out my pores and everything. So I have been getting a sauna-like experience for about last week and this week um, as well, Monica. Sonia, real feel 107 today. Woo! Now we have not been in the hundreds. We're only in the 90s. But early in the morning, it's more like 70, 77. So by like today, I didn't have a morning show. So I was out until 9 o'clock when Francesca and Yankee Sister Homestead comes on. So I came in at 9 o'clock. But I got 2 hours of really good gardening where I was out there and I was sweating. Yes, my clothes were wet and everything. It was just, but I felt good. I felt good. And I said, you know, I don't have to go to the sun, or all I have to do is go in the garden. And it's a good thing. Rambo says, that will be coming soon. I will be harvesting my red carrot in about a month. They need to put on some body on them before the harvesting. Okay. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, where you are, Sonia, I don't know. God be with you, Sonia. And with the hurricanes and all of the different things that are happening down by your way in Texas there, I just pray God's protection and that he will look after you, keep you safe and sound. Deborah says, I'm saving onion seeds this year. Wow, that's interesting, Deborah. I've never thought of saving onion seeds. Is that easy? Is it easy? Because most, I did try to plant the onions seeds that I got from the Dollar Tree, and they first started off like they wanted to grow, but they haven't gotten very big. So I'm not sure about the onions, but that's good. That's an idea. If my if my onions go to seed, I'll make sure that I save them too. Thank you for that suggestion. Um, Francesca said, I tried and created a video today of my garden. Oh, that's good, Francesca. Francesca she is now stepping up to the plate and she is making video shorts. So make sure you visit her channel and give her a like. I put one of her first gardening short in the community garden. I shared it with you all in my community garden. So go and check it out. She's showing you how she is using, she's gardening and she's using drip to water her garden. and she's growing strawberries and peppers and of course her tomatoes and so forth. So check her out. She has two really nice gardening short videos, and it's going to be nice because we're going to be able to see Francesca's harvest. So let's keep encouraging her to videotape her garden each week so that we can see the progress. Right? Right, Francesca? You're going to videotape every week so we can see the progress in your garden. And we can celebrate with you. So keep on trying. Yes, Sonia, I declare Psalms 91 over you and yours. Yes, Monica, Psalms 91 over Sonia. Where I live is okay, but I'll take all your prayers. Thank you. Oh, well, that's good. Praise God. Praise God. Garden Army said, yes, Sonia, you are in my thoughts and prayers. Isn't that wonderful, Sonia? You got a praying, gardening community here that loves you. Yes, Deborah says, I grew them from seed this year. We'll try again. Okay. Francesca says, you all are a great inspiration to me. Gardens of Me says, I watch Francesca's short videos. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, keep on encouraging her. Yes. Go prayer warrior, Francesca. Yes. Stay hydrated and take a break from the heat, family, says Francesca. Yeah, but so I think the best time to garden is either in the morning or right now. Like right now, it's so beautiful here in the garden. It's not as hot, and we have cloud cover going on. So like I would say from like 6 until 8 is a really good time also to garden. But yeah, it's really really good. So the other thing that I wanted to bring to your attention is, and I'm glad Francesca came on because I know that Francesca likes to preserve the harvest, and I want us yeah, you see the breeze, yeah. I want us to, after we gathered all of this bounty, we've got to figure out how we're going to preserve it and what we're going to do next with it. And what I've been talking about on my other channel is about produce, that you have the produce, but then what kind of product are you going to make from your produce? And I thought of Francesca with the fact that she likes to can. And so she likes to grow tomatoes, and from the tomatoes, she is going to be able to use those tomatoes to make tomato sauce. And so how do you preserve your garden? And I gave you all a survey, right? If you check out the community garden, make sure you hit which way that you like to preserve your food. And there, I was doing some research, and I came up with 7 ways to preserve your food. Someone said Brampton Gardner is in there. Is Brampton there? Hello, Brampton. How are you? I believe Antonio is leaving. T-Hop 42, thank you for stopping in. See you tomorrow. Morning, God willing, yes. And thank you for coming and joining us here. Monica says, I will be dehydrating, freezing, and water bath canning. Man, you got them all down. Go, Monica, go. Go, Monica, go. Well, let me just read what I have here, Monica. Gardeners have various methods to preserve their vegetable harvests to enjoy them throughout the year. Here are 7 different ways. Okay, canning. How many of you can? All the canners, all those that love to can. Canning. This method involves processing vegetables in jars at high temperatures to kill bacteria and seal the jars to prevent contamination. How many of you got canning stuff? Canning supplies, the bottles, the pots, the hooks, the whatever they call it. All mechanics, pressure and bath water all the way. You go, Monica, says Girls RV. Me, says Deborah. Oh, Lord, I guess I'm the only one who's not a canner. I'm not a canner, and I really don't want a can. Anyway, but go, canners, go. Go, canners, go. You go, canners. All right, the second way that I have here is freezing. Freezing vegetables helps retain their nutritional value and flavor. Most vegetables require blanching or brief boiling before freezing to preserve their quality. I'm a freezer. How many of you all are freezer? I got my freezer bags from the Dollar Tree, and I'm ready to go. And every time I go into the Dollar Tree, I pick up a couple of more freezer bags. Why? Because I'm gonna be freezing my tomatoes, freezing my peppers, and freezing my zucchini so that I can have them. Because I bought myself what? Guess what I bought myself for freezing stuff? A freezer! That's right, Sonia. I bought myself a freezer. I'm a freezing person, okay? Freezing that food. Pickling. Vegetables are preserved in a solution of vinegar, salt, and spices. This method not only preserves the vegetables, but also adds a tangy flavor. Do we got any pickling people in there? Any pickling people that love to pickle with the vinegar, salt, and spices? Freezing me, says Deborah. Oh, that's funny. Hey, Yankee Sister Homestead, how you doing? But only cucumbers is the only thing I pickle. Okay. Yes, pickling, says Monica. Monica's a pickling gal. Hello, Garden. Yes, hello, Yankee Sister Homestead. Pickling me. Deborah Theodore is a pickler. Rambo says, I don't pickle anything. Me neither, Rambo. I don't pickle either. I don't even like pickles. But anyway, that's my own personal preference. You can like your pickling. All right, number 4. Drying or dehydrating. Removing moisture from vegetables through air drying, sun drying, or using a dehydrator extends their shelf life. Okay, so who are our dehydrators? Any dehydrators in the chat? Dehydrators in the chat? Drying, says Rambo. I need Deborah says I need a new freezer. Okay. Yankee Sister Homestead says I pickle. Yankee says, hey Rambo, Monica, Francesca, Deborah. Yeah, any dehydrators? I know Yankee Sister Homestead is a dehydrator. She dehydrates. Drying, dehydrating. Me, says Deborah. Yankee Homestead says, I do that too. Francesca says, I have to say that I found out a way to preserve my mint, and that's making a tincture. Okay. A tincture? Okay. Well, dehydrating, you could do the dehydrating. That's basically what we're doing here when I'm doing the seeds. You're dehydrating outside using the plastic paper bags. You can gather them, dehydrate them, put them in the in the sun to let it dry out. Well, in the bag and let the heat dry it out, and put it in my my plastic thing that I have over there in the corner. What did we call it again? Greenhouse. That is one way of dehydrating. Yeah, and getting the moisture out. Making a tincture is good. Yes. Monica, hey, Yankee Sister Homestead Rambo. Herbs and peppers, then blend them into powder. Oh, okay. You dehydrate and then you make your powder like the okay. I saw that. This lady put it into a powder. She blended and put it into powder and then the powder, into jars. Um, that's interesting. So that you can make your own little your seasoning pack right? Make your seasoning and so forth. Yes, that's really good. Francesca said, I'd love to learn how to dehydrate, but all I have is an oven. Well, you can also, as we said, you could dehydrate by using the sun, or you can hang them up in your house, your mints in your house in bushels, or you could do it in paper bags. Get these sandwich paper bags and put them in there to make the teas. Yeah, I'm gonna try that again. I did it before, and actually saved the teas. I tried it with the oven, Francesca, and it didn't work out good. For some reason, my oven just didn't adjust well. Um, but I think drying it naturally, like you get a paper bag and you put the leaves in the paper bag, and you put it in a dry place, a warm dry place, and then the leaves will dry out to get out the moisture, and then you crumble it up, you and put it in canisters. Those glass canisters that you can get from the Dollar Tree would be good to preserve the leaves, the tea leaves, and then you'll be able to um, have it. The thing is that it's the moisture. You don't want it to get mold and stuff. So it's the moisture, getting it as dry as possible. Yankee Sister Homestead, it looks like you're gonna have to do some videos on dehydrating. So those of us who want to dehydrate our tea leaves, that will know how to do that. Um, so I'm challenging Thelma to create a video on naturally dehydrating or drying tea leaves and preserving them for us for teas. You too, Rambo. Monica, Francesca, that sounds wonderful. That's something I'm interested in. You're interested in tinctures? Okay, so there you go, Francesca. We need a video on making a tincture. Yankee Sister Holmes said, I know. Good. Good. You know. Francesca says, I Googled it, Monica, and it sounds super easy. All right. That's exciting. That's really exciting. Um, Number 5, fermenting. How many of you do fermenting? This method uses beneficial bacteria to preserve vegetables, creating foods like sauerkraut and kimchi. It also enhances the nutritional value of the vegetables. Anybody do fermentation? Fermenting? Any fermenters out there? Not me. Firehouse cider. What's firehouse cider? What is that for? Is that for fermenting? Firehouse cider? Any of you are fermenters? What about you, Gardens on Me? Do you ferment? Let us know. Sadly, I don't, but I know how to do it. Oh, you do? Oh. Yankee Sister Homestead says, never fermented. Tummy too sensitive. All right. Not me either, says Sonia. Monica, no, not me. Deborah says, not me. And Francesca says, yes, ma'am. It's very good, especially in the cold and flu season. I'm sure it is, fermenting. Okay, number 6. We're almost finished. Number 6 is root celery. Root cellar. Anybody has a root cellar? Gardens and Me. Deborah, you got a root cellar? Root cellar. Storing vegetables in a cool, dark, and humid environment such as a root cellar helps keep them fresh for several months. Well, I don't have a root cellar, but I have a cool, dark environment, which storing my pumpkins has lasted me forever. And, storing those kind of like pumpkins. I can store pumpkins in a cool, dark location, or squash, my butternut squash and so forth. All right. Monica said, no, 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 not me either. Francesca, yes, ma'am, it's very good, especially in the cold and flu season. Gardening means I don't do any of the above. Ha 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 ha. Oh, you don't? Bev, you don't do any kind of preserving? Excuse me. Sorry about that. You don't do any preserving? Well, what do you no no root cellar? Okay, but you do store your pumpkins and things like that, squash and onions, in a dark location, right? A dark, cool location. Maybe one of the rooms in your house that are cooler than others. A dark closet. No, because that will count, even though you don't have a root cellar per se. I was watching Laura from Garden Answer, and she created a quote root cellar, but what it was is just a closet that she um, has the temperature adjusted. Like she has um, an air conditioner in that particular space, so that it keeps the temperature low, like 50 degrees or so. Nope, nope, none at all. Okay, Bev. Okay. And last but not least, out of my 7 methods that gardeners use to preserve their vegetable harvest to enjoy them throughout the year, vacuum sealing. Vacuum sealing. Anybody got a vacuum sealer? Fire cider is a potent punch that is immune boosting, antibacterial, antiviral, congestion clearing, and warming. It looks like that's something like I need some fire cider, Francesca, for all of that. I need all of that. Immune boosting, antibacterial, antiviral, congestion clearing, and warming. So you need to show me how to do that. Yankee Sister Homestead says yes to the vacuum sealing. She says yes to the vacuum sealing. Deborah says me. And Sonia says no vacuum sealer. Gardens of Me says I actually eat most of my produce and share a lot too. Me too. Me too, Gardens of Me. I eat my produce and I share my produce as well with others. And the only major preserving that I do is freezing. Freezing and storing vegetables in a cool, dark, and humid environment. So these methods allow gardeners like you and me to enjoy their harvests well beyond the growing season. Sure, here's a rank of, so here are the 7 most favorite ways that people preserve. And I also have here some of the pros and cons to some of the different types. Francesca's fire recipes include ingredients like fresh horseradish, garlic, onion, ginger, and chili pepper. These are infused in apple cider vinegar, then strained and sweetened with honey. Yeah, well, that's something that I have been doing for my cold and the chest cold and the sinus congestion, is that I have been mixing honey, ginger, and lemon, or I have oranges. I've been using fresh orange juice, and just mixing it together. They also say turmeric is good to help with that, with inflammation and mucus and things like that. But some of the other things, and garlic too. I had taken some of the garlic that I had gotten from my garden there and crushed it up, and actually started to um, mix it with the honey and the ginger and the orange, and just ate it down, swallowed it down, um, and it actually helped. You could feel it clearing, especially the garlic, clearing my sinuses, and the onion also, the fresh onions, as well. Yankee says that will definitely clean all the bugs out. Yes, Yes, it will. Monica, I do onions and ginger syrup with honey. Yes. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's another thing. It's so that's another good remedy, and I need to actually um, get myself some more honey because I'm running out of it. And some, they say lime is good or lemon or lime. And the only citrus that I had in my house was the oranges, the little oranges. So that's what I mixed with it. But I need to go, when I go shopping, to pick up some ginger and some honey, the raw honey, the best honey that you could possibly get, the raw honey. They're all antibacterial, you know, and it's better than taking, what do they call it? Probiotics, antibiotics. Um, Honey, ginger, turmeric, um, all of that. Yeah. Um, Cayenne pepper is also said to be very good for anti-inflammatory and to help with, the immune system and building up the immune system. Lemon and lemon, yes. With honey and lemon, yes, Monica. Guys, let me see. I had my son-in-law use the mini saw that I purchased because of you, Miss Catherine. We had a tree limb that came down due to heavy winds a few weeks ago. It sawed like a breeze, effortless. Yes, that saw is fantastic. That is a good buy. I'm glad that it was useful and helpful. Excellent. Yay, Bev. Yay, Bev. And we have Nick Nakeful from Scotland. How are you? So glad that you came to join us here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. So now I have Scotland and I have the UK. Rambo's from the UK, and Nick Catsfull is from Scotland. Welcome. We're here in New England, United States of America, in the Boston area. And we have Gardens on Me says hello. And so glad that you've come to join us here, at least to stop in. Everybody that's on, if you have not hit the like button, hit the like button. Because that's bringing people in. Yes. Come on, let's be global. And you can help by hitting the like button so that Google can know that people are interested in what I'm talking about here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. All right, so one of the things that I wanted to do, it said here that freezing, the pros to freezing is minimal equipment needed, straightforward process. The cons to freezing, it requires freezer space, some vegetables need to be blanched. And the steps, clean, blanch if necessary, and store in freezer safe bags or containers. So that's what you're going to need. If you're going to freeze and preserve your stuff by freezing, that's what you're going to need. Drying and dehydrating. The pros to drying and dehydrating is the long shelf life retains nutritional value. But the cons to drying and dehydrating says it requires a dehydrator or a well-ventilated area and some prep work. The steps: slice vegetables, place in dehydrator or air dry, store in airtight containers. Yeah, so like your mince and so forth, it'll be easier to do the drying method for teas. But like if you wanted to dry tomatoes and things like that, or chips, or kale, then you need a dehydrator. The other thing is the electricity bill, because it takes time to get the process going with that. Then fermenting. The pros are adds probiotics and enhances flavor. But the cons to fermenting, it requires monitoring and can be messy. The steps: clean and chop vegetables, submerge in brine, allow to ferment at room temperatures, store in a cool place. Number 4, with pickling. Pickling says the pros to pickling is that it adds flavor, good for small batches. The cons to pickling require specific vinegar salt ratios, jars, and lids. The steps: clean and chop vegetables, prepare pickling brine, pack into jars, and store in the refrigerator or can for shelf-stable pickling. Now, canning, number 5, the water bath. The pros to canning is that it's a long shelf life, great for high acid vegetables. But the cons to canning requires canning equipment and following precise recipes. The steps: clean and chop vegetables, prepare canning solution, pack into jars, process in boiling water bath, cool and store. Um, and then canning with the pressure cooker. The pros is that it's suitable for low acid vegetables, long shelf life. The cons requires a pressure canner, more complex process, and safety considerations. Steps: clean chopped vegetables, prepare canning solution, pack into jars, process in a pressure canner, cool and store. And finally, root cellar. The pros to a root cellar are no need for processing, maintains fresh flavor. The cons: requires a suitable storage space with the right conditions, limited to certain vegetables. So the steps are to clean, inspect vegetables, store in a cool, dark, and humid space, and monitor regularly. So these methods are ranked based on the complexity of the process and the amount of equipment required and the level of attention needed. Yeah, so that is what I had to share with you all today. And Monica was saying here, Monica says, I'm growing ginger and turmeric again. My ginger has taken off. Turmeric sprouted no green leaves as of yet. Oh, that's so good. You know, I really wanted to do ginger. Monica, is it too late? I think it's too late for me to do ginger. But I wish I had gotten started earlier with the ginger. That is something that I wrote down in my journal that I wanted to do and ended up not doing. I missed that. I missed the ginger. And Bev says, my turmeric is looking good too. Not turmeric, I meant ginger. Oh, your ginger's looking good? Okay, Bev, gardens are me. That's really good. But maybe it's not too late to get started. Maybe I'll be able to bring the ginger indoors and allow the roots to develop. We'll see. No, it's not too late. You can bring it inside. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we'll see if I can find some good ginger to use. Some organic ginger, right? Sorry. Some organic ginger. Well, that is really it for today. Any other comments? How are you all doing? I hope that this was fun. Sonia's telling us it's time to wrap this thing up as we grow together. Remember, we started off with seed saving. Those of you who came on late, you missed the whole talk on the seed saving here. But just to give you a quick recap, Sonia, just a quick recap for them. I had collard greens, and I saved the collard greens had flowered. I allowed them to turn to seed. I saved the pods. I'm allowing them to dry out. I've gathered them, and I just gathered them all here, some here. I've been doing it as in batches, allowing them to dry and develop the seeds. And so what you do is you get a paper bag, you shake out the seed pods, and then you sift it. I sift it in this, and I end up getting the seeds. And I have so far collected 2 batches of collard green seeds. There are like, I don't know, A lot of seeds in here. Hey, hey, Patricia, how are you doing? So nice to have you come. And so I have a lot of seeds that I'm saving, and I'm going to have a lot of collard greens. And I have to thank Deborah because last year she told me to save my kale seeds, and that is what has inspired me to save my collard green seeds. So that's another thing that you want to do is to allow, um, to start saving your own seeds because those seeds are going to grow well in your garden. And also my string beans. I've been eating the string beans, excuse me, and I am going to be saving some of the string bean seeds too. As we grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. That's right. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. Grow, grow, Rambo, grow, grow, Deborah, grow, grow, Sonia, grow, grow, Beverly, grow, grow, Francesca, grow, grow, Thelma, grow, grow, my Monica, grow, 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 grow together. Grow, grow, my friend from Scotland. Grow, 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 grow together. Catherine's garden and home. That's right, Catherine's garden and home. Patricia, grow, grow. Patricia, grow, grow. Grow, grow, Patricia. The retired gardener's journey. Patricia, you're going to grow. This journey is just the beginning of a great life. And, I am just excited to invite everyone to grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. Grow with me in Catherine's garden and home. In Catherine's garden and home. Hit the like button in Catherine's garden and home and subscribe in Catherine's garden and home. Watch the videos in Catherine's garden and home. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Patricia, I've been thinking about you, and I believe that God has a blessing for you. So receive it. Receive that blessing in your life. Continue to seek Him, and He's got great things in store for you. Yes, Catherine's garden and home. In Catherine's garden and home. And that's for all of you. Because you know what? Who's going to help you in your garden? The one up above. Let's give thanks to the one up above. Hallelujah. Because He's going to help you with your garden. He's going to let things grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. In Catherine's garden and home. That's right. And tomorrow, myself and Thelma, Yankee Sister Homestead, we're going to be on tomorrow at around 8:30, more 8:30 to 9. And we are going to be talking about just that, about retired gardeners. Those of us who are in a period in our life where we've stopped one thing, but God has something new for you, something new, and that this is a new life that He's beginning. And we are Proverbs 31 women. We are women who are entrepreneurial, who are nurturing, who are about community, who are giving, and we're working on a series. So Thelma, um, uh, t- Thelma, I forget the name, what I was going to call it. Um, Talking with Thelma on Thursdays. Or Thelma on Thursdays. Thursdays with Thelma. That's it. We just started. We did one last Thursday, and this is our second. And we're talking about just that whole idea of being women who are coming up and who want to do more with our lives. We've already produced but we want a production. We want to leave a legacy. Yeah, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, and Yankee Sister Homestead is so wise. She has so much experience. So I am learning a whole lot from her as well. And so I invite you all to come and join us tomorrow. And that is at Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy. That's my other channel. If you can. If not, watch the replay. You'll enjoy it. Yeah. But for all my gardeners, there's nothing he won't do for his children if we pray according to his word. That's right, Monica. You got it, girl. Yes, sir. Oh, I'm feeling the presence of the Lord right now. Oh, my goodness. I feel his presence. Whew. Yes. Monica, what a powerful word. There is nothing that he won't do for his children if we pray according to his word. Yes, it's AM, but you can watch the replay, Retired Gardener Journey. Yes, AM, because you're in California, so I understand. Um, yes, AM. Yes, 8:30 AM. But you can watch the replay because you will be blessed. Yes, and I just feel that that is something, and that is who we just need to be encouraged. Yeah, because I'm retired, but I'm not retired. I'm retired from the past, but I am excited about my future and moving forward into a great future of creativity. Yeah, and entrepreneurship and ministry and my generational assignment. Hallelujah. I feel God's blessings. Oh, so those of you who can, you can watch that if you are going through transition and using the garden as a way of growing, because the garden really is an expression of God helping us to um, multiply, helping us to become even more greater than. And let me just give one example before we wrap this up, Sonia, that I was thinking about tomatoes, like for example, Francesca, she likes to plant tomatoes and she has these tomatoes. Well, she has the tomatoes, but then she could eat it raw, or she can take that tomato and make something more. She can preserve it. And she can make something that she can give away, give to others, that she can sell, that she can prosper with. And so what does she do? She makes tomato sauce. And that tomato sauce can preserve and help her family, or she can sell it at the farmer's market, or she can give it away to somebody who is in need. And that is what the Proverbs 31 woman is all about. That is what God wants us to be kingdom minded, to take the resources that we have and use them to bless others and to prosper from. Because God is not stingy. He will give you multiple seeds. He doesn't just give you one seed. From that one seed, he will give you 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 seeds, 100 kale seeds plus, that you can share with others and that you can grow and expand his kingdom and be a blessing to others. So I'm excited about what God is doing for us. And I'm excited to have this conversation and have conversations with Thelma on Thursdays for as long as it lasts. And talking about this, how we can squeeze out all of the best in us so that we can die empty. Hallelujah. Leaving all of this, living a legacy for the generations to come. And on that note, I'm going to bless you all and tell you thank you so much for coming to joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. And let joy be your number one thing. So go on in the garden and enjoy your garden. And have a beautiful, blessed night. Thank you, Sonia, for giving me some time. Have a blessed night, everyone. And thank you so much for listening. And I'll see you all soon. Next Wednesday, God willing. Have a great night and watch my videos. Hit the like button and share my videos with others and all that good stuff. All right? Thank you so much. Bye, my lovelies. As we stay blessed, all. Thank you, Sonia, for moderating. Thank you as we grow together in Catherine's garden and home. Oh, yes. Bye. Love you all so much. Bye. Bye, Monica. Bye, guys and me. Have a blessed week at Gardening Friends. Yes. See y'all soon. Bye.